An investigative audit into Lembaga Tabung Angkatan Tentera has unearthed significant financial irregularities and weaknesses that took place under the leadership of ex-CEO Tan Sri Lodin Wok Kamarudin. The audit covers December 31st, 2017 to December 31st of 2018. According to Messrs. Ernst & Young's audit, there were 7 key findings. The first was that retained earnings were impacted due to overpayment of dividend, as its 5-year asset returns were lower than the declared dividend rates. LTAT also overstated its assets between 2015 and 2017 and failed to undertake proper financial and technical due diligence. The report also pointed out issues with some 45 million ringgit worth of unsold condominiums that had been completed in FY15. LTAT was also found to be heavily invested in Bousted Holdings and its subsidiaries to the point of overconcentration. Exposure to Bousted's companies increased almost 50% to 3.1 billion ringgit, while the number of related shares increased by more than 83% between FY14 to FY18. The audit also detailed how high dividends declared for FY17 by a number of subsidiaries were not paid in full and still outstanding. Finally, LTAT's practice of buying unit trusts in order for members to receive special bonus was found to be detrimental to its ability to control and actively manage the fund. Neither LTAT nor its members were able to manage their unit trust holdings until the point of retirement. In a statement, LTAT Chairman Tan Sri Mohammad Zahidi Zainuddin said the fund is conscious of its primary role to generate sustainable dividends for members of the armed forces and that this audit allowed it to identify critical gaps and thus move forward. More reveals from ex-PM Datuk Seri Najib Razak's 1MDB tenure trial today, including how the former Premier signed fabricated minutes of a meeting that was drafted by fugitive Low Taek Jho. The minutes were for a purported meeting between Najib and former 1MDB CEO Datuk Sharul Azral Ibrahim Halmi, the prosecution's 9th witness. Sharul testified that the implication of the fabricated minutes was that it contained the go-ahead for 1MDB to lend another $750 million to Petro Saudi International as part of a Murabaha financing agreement signed in 2010. Sharul said the meeting never actually happened. Instead, Sharul was presented the minutes by law already pre-signed by Najib. Sharul explained that at this time, 1MDB had invested too much overseas and too little at home in Bandar Malaysia and the Tun Razak exchange. He said that PSI eventually agreed for the amount to be reduced to $330 million, which was further cut to $205 million after it became clear 1MDB lacked funds. Sharul testified that he was later told by law that PSI had been disappointed by the reduction and that they had complained to Daddy. He took this to mean that Prince Turki Abdullah had complained to the late King Abdullah over the matter. Still, by end 2010, 1MDB had forked out $1.83 billion to fund its dealings with PSI. Top Glove Corp saw a 13.2% drop in net profit for the fourth quarter of FY19 to 80.05 million ringgit due to a mix of competition and a spike in natural rubber latex price. Revenue for the quarter also came down by 2.8% to 1.19 billion ringgit from 1.22 billion ringgit previously. Despite the softer numbers, Top Glove still declared a final dividend of 4 cents per share. As for its full FY19, net profit came in 12.7% lower to 370.6 million ringgit despite top line growing by 13.8% to 4.8 billion ringgit. Executive Chairman Tan Sri Dr. Lim Wee Chai said the group had achieved growth amidst a challenging and competitive environment, with its sales revenue hitting a new high. He remains upbeat about Top Glove's prospects, saying that demand remains strong. He added that given its ongoing quality, automation and process improvement initiatives, Top Glove is optimistic of a better showing for the financial year ahead. Stretch film manufacturer Sintex reported a 61% jump in 4Q net profit to 133.4 million ringgit as the company sold more from both its manufacturing and property divisions. Revenue for the quarter grew 30.3% to 938.8 million ringgit. The group declared a final dividend of 10 cents per share. As for its full-year report card, Sintech saw net profit grow 17.3% to 333.7 million ringgit on the back of a 24.8% improvement in revenue to 3.25 billion ringgit from 2.6 billion ringgit previously. MD Lim Peng Jin said that even amidst the global maelstrom, Sintech managed to buck the trend, driven by its double-digit expansion through its organic growth initiatives and strategic inorganic measures. As for Sintech's prospects, Lim said both the manufacturing and property divisions are expected to perform resiliently. Grab Holdings said that its purchase of rival Uber Technologies' Southeast Asian operations had been done in good faith, that it would create more efficiencies for the public in the e-hailing sector. Grab was responding to a Bloomberg report that Malaysia is advancing an anti-monopoly investigation into the company to bring greater competition to the economy. In a statement, Grab said that it has fully cooperated with the Malaysia Competition Commission in the regulator's request for information. The e-hailing company said that it was not aware of any breach of Malaysian competition law since the Uber buy. Grab pointed out its complementary role in Malaysia's public transport system and that commuters continue to have a choice of either public transport, street-hail taxis, or more than 30 other licensed e-hailing apps. To recap, Bloomberg had quoted MyCC CEO Iskandar Ismail as saying that it was stepping up its Grab probe but declined to offer exact details.